Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jordan Fisher.
I'm Timmons Hatman.
I'm Cypher PK, and this is the May Contain
Action podcast.
Available on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and more.
Welcome, everyone, to the May Contain Action podcast, where your two favorite content creators talk content, pop culture, gaming, and other important topics. I am one of your hosts, host number one, Paul, aka ActionJaxon. My co-host, host number two, possibly even host number three, is the legendary future Hall of Famer, hunge throwing pitcher. IamTrevorMay, everybody. I'm Trevor May.
What's up, fam?
Right there. That's me clapping. It's just one person clapping right now.
Thank you.
It's just me. Yeah.
Feels good.
No problem.
But today, in honor of a little holiday we like to call Valentine's Day, we got a very special guest. He's grown a Twitch channel to over 100 million views. Has single-handedly blossomed our love for Escape from Tarkov and raised millions, oh yeah, baby, millions of dollars. St. Jude in the quest against childhood cancer. Legend in his own right, Dr.Lupo is here!
Hey, that's me. Wow. I know him.
Yeah, baby.
What's
I'm
that
tickled
voice's
pink.
name? What's that voice's name, Paul?
I like to call this the moist voice.
Oh,
Moist voice.
It's a
Okay.
little bit wet, you know what I mean?
I don't. I wish I didn't, but I
You
do.
know what I'm saying? A little bit.
The moist voice. It's always in a cave.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to be on the podcast. Thanks a ton for lining this up in a schedule. Yeah, time that works for the most part with the craziness that is my life right now. So,
We're going to get into that
oh gosh,
in a minute. I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you
thanks
for being on. Seriously.
Of course.
What's going on, man?
and
Means a lot to
Craig. I'm glad Craig is here.
Yes.
For
Yes,
anybody
Craig
that
is here to
doesn't know
listen to us.
who Craig is, yeah, Craig listens to us. He can hear you too, chat. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's true.
He knows when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake.
Sometimes he'll just leave, by the way. That's a heads up. He'll leave, go to the bathroom, and PM will have to bring him back.
Yeah, he said that earlier.
He just leaves.
So just so you know, that might happen.
Perfect. I like that.
He can be a
Yeah.
butt sometimes.
And you got the whole fam listening to the live
Yeah.
recording right now?
Yeah, Samantha and Charlie upstairs in the living room. We're pushing dinner back just a little bit because she wanted to be able to listen while we're doing the show. So she got your channel up upstairs right now.
That's amazing. What does she make for dinner? What did you guys make for dinner?
But we haven't had dinner yet. We're waiting till afterwards.
What are you going to have?
Is it a secret?
I'm going to be honest with you, Paul. I have no idea.
Okay.
My schedule is such that I'll come upstairs afterwards and be like, "Hey, what is for dinner?"
Yeah.
And even if she told me 15 times, I will still have forgotten. So I do not know. Completely. But here's the thing. I know because she makes it. It's going to be delicious no matter what.
Boom. There it is. Look at that. And that's how you
Awesome.
treat your wife. Look at that. I also want you to know, Loop, side note, one of my favorite, I think, aspects about you, which is, I think, one of your least favorite, possibly, is your
Right.
oh, she said tacos. That sounds delicious. Yeah.
Wait, we're having tacos?
Having tacos, baby.
Boys, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Podcast is over. Taco time.
Man, that was such a good episode, right?
Really nailed it. A lot of views.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Is your correct me if I get it wrong? ADD? Is it?
Yeah, I have
Easily
ADD.
distracted.
Yep. Oh yeah. Anybody that's played with me for long enough. I mean, Tyler and I have gone back and forth about it a billion times over the years, and it's shiny thing. It can be.
Yeah.
It's not even really that. So the way that I can describe it is, imagine you have an organized list of sticky notes of things that you need to get done.
Mhm.
You know, they're numbered or whatever, all in sequence, and then someone comes along and says, "Hey, did you know about this thing that you should do? This update for a game? Did you know you have to sign this thing? You have a call at this time." And then it takes the pile of sticky notes and throws them all into the air. And they're in a random sequence now, and I have no idea what to do with my life, so I hide. That's ADD. It's like, Yeah,
Oh my
it's
gosh.
pretty wild.
The way you describe it is much more playful than that. So I don't want to say like, oh yeah, I love that you have ADD. It's just kind of like an inch because you are so like regimented and have so many things that you're doing. The idea of you being distracted by shiny red ball is slightly humorous.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Samantha will be upstairs and she'll be like, hey, did you see this thing? I'm like, no, let me go get my phone. I think it's downstairs. And I'll come down here and then 20 minutes will go by and she'll message me on Discord and she'll be like, are you good? And I'm like, oh God, I sat down and I saw that I needed to refresh my Twitter notifications because the little bar at the top says that you have 15 unread things or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I got to make sure that click on it and be like, oh, look at this stupid tweet. I should probably look at it. And then suddenly I'm on Reddit in like the just cat things subreddit and I've lost myself. So she knows that that's a real thing too. That happens. I get so easily sidetracked because I want to complete things, but then I also want to do the things that are new and so I don't complete things. Like it happens a lot.
Yeah, that actually does sound like it could be incredibly frustrating.
Oh, it's the worst.
Absolutely.
But she and I have like figured out a good process to make it through a lot of that stuff, and it's taken a lot of organization and practice. And over anybody that has ADD will understand how annoying it can be sometimes. But at the same time, it's like there'll be days where if I get locked in on something, you better believe I'm about to knock that out of the park, and it's gonna be the best thing that you've ever seen done ever in your entire life. So it goes both ways.
Yeah. That's good.
I same thing, dude. I'm right there with you at the same.
You have ADD as well?
I was actually diagnosed 2 years ago.
No way.
Yeah. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, because of baseball, I cannot be prescribed stimulants though, because it's very hard to do this late in your life. But I have non-stimulant medication I take every day. Same thing. I would just throw it in the air, and I'm huge on checking boxes is like my way of feeling fulfilled. And when I look over, I'm like, wow, all of these are half done. I have 15 things today and none of them are finished. It gives me real stress. So, like we were talking about before, Paul, with like the Trello and like the Todoist, the apps and stuff, those things have changed my life.
To-do lists and things like that, like group collaboration.
It's like it's an app called actually Todoist, and it actually changed my life. Wow, for the same reason. Yeah, but yeah, if you want to get stuff done, dude, you gotta have big lists and
have a list.
If you got a little ADD, it's tougher to do. All right.
So then you got to take that list and you got to organize it, and then you have to compare it against other lists that you potentially had. And now you're building a giant house out of lists because you thought that might be a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
And now you've contacted a contractor to actually take that list of lists that the house is made up of and turn it into a real house.
Yeah.
And welcome to ADD.
Yeah. Wow. And then God forbid you have an idea and
get a house out of it.
You forgot to pay that guy, by the way. So it's a whole mess.
It's a whole thing. Now you owe that guy money.
It's terrible.
Well, in the spirit of remaining on task and to do.
Yeah, exactly.
We do want to get to know you better, Ben, and kind of find a little bit more about you, obviously. So one of the first things, I think the most obvious thing in most cases is your name or your content creator name, your screen handle, whatever your AIM screen name, whatever you want to call it. Dr.Lupo. Where did that come from? How did you think of that? What was the genesis of that?
So back in college, I've been playing video games my entire life. I have three older brothers. We had an NES when it came out when I was like 1 year old. 1 year old.
Big time.
And so gaming's always been a huge part of my life. That's how I met a lot of my friends throughout the years. So I've met you guys. That's how I met like everybody in my career now is all through gaming.
Yeah.
But in college, when my freshman year, when I first moved in, I moved in a little early, like a couple days early. And there were two like main freshman dorms, and they were connected through. There's like you know how in a dorm room there's like the wall jacks or whatever for Ethernet. There were two. One was the cable for the outside world, and the other was a LAN network that connected all of the rooms in both of these two dorm buildings. It was actually really cool.
Yes.
And so I took my Xbox and put a little crossover cable into that guy in the back of my console, and set a DHCP, got an IP address, booted Halo 2 up, and the first thing I did was look to see if there were any games on LAN that were running, and there were. So I was like, okay, cool. There was This is a story how I met my friend Jared.
Okay.
Well, this is a sidetrack story about the name, but it leads into the name.
That's okay.
It's
No, it's
important.
okay.
It's important. So when I see an FFA game going on lockout, so I jump in, and they had it set to like play to 50. First place guy had like 25, so I jumped in at 0. And there are like maybe 4, 5, 6 people in there, and I just started spanking everyone. I played a lot of Halo, and so I was pretty good. I could like double shot and quad shot, BXR, BXB. I could do all that stuff because I played a whole ton.
Okay,
and so I came back and I won that game down by a ton. And I heard the door across the hall from my freshman dorm open. So there's like a staircase, like you would walk down the hallway, and then there's the stairwell, and then another hallway, and then the dorm across the hall. Heard that door open, and stomp, and some pounding on my RA's door at the end of the hallway. And the guy apparently asked him, it's like, who's this person? And they're like, oh, I think that's Lupo. He lives across the hall from you. So he comes back, pounds on my door. I'm like, hello? And he opens the door, says, is this you? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, F you, and closes the door. And then, and I was part of his wedding a couple years ago. So like that's how my friendship started.
That's
awesome. That's how I met a bunch of my buddies, is through Halo in college. And so I had a previous name before Dr.Lupo that I've never told anybody, and still will not. I'm sorry. But they thought it would be funny if I changed my tag, my Xbox Live gamer tag, to Dr.Lupo, because they were my dad was a professor at the school that I went to. He taught psychology, and they thought it would be funny because he knew that I played Halo, and like he knows I was in video games and all that, obviously. And so he was like, my buddies said you should change to Dr.Lupo so we make Halo jokes in class, and so I did it. And it was a really bad idea, because who knew years later suddenly I would have a Twitch channel that would be popular, and my last name is literally attached to my. That's a really bad idea for anybody out there.
Yeah.
Unless you're a professional baseball player named Trevor May.
Yeah.
Don't
put your name.
Don't put your name right there. Right.
I feel like, thankfully, at least the way I viewed it was, I didn't realize that was your last name, which I feel like a lot of people probably don't, because it's not your typical last name.
Yeah, it's Italian. Yeah. Which actually we found out not too long ago. You'll get a kick out of this. So, you know those like you spit in a little vial and mail them away things?
Yeah. 23andMe. Yeah.
Oh, you mail those away? Okay.
Turns out I'm only 9% Italian.
Yes.
Love that. I love that. Dude, it's so funny. It's just random out of nowhere.
Only 9%?
Yeah. Didn't know that.
It's like only 9 of your last 100 ancestors are Italian.
Yeah. We're more Irish, Welsh, and French Canadian than Italian. And there's like
French Canadian
random in there that Samantha will probably know, like Middle Eastern, something like that. There's like 1% Middle Eastern, but it showed up, and I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, cool. Tim will love that. Tim's all about it.
There you go.
He loves telling people he's like 2% Assyrian. So
so he identifies directly with it.
Directly, yeah.
Bro, I did that too, and I'm literally 99% English.
Wait, for real? Like,
yeah,
it's purebred. Love that.
Or it's like 2% Iberian Peninsula. I'm like, oh, that sounds exotic. That's France. So like,
no, you're like, I'm
it's
disappointed.
Not.
Or you think you have so many like hip issues and like cataracts, you know?
Gotta be
great purebred.
How'd you know I have cataracts? That's crazy.
I knew it. It's because you're throwing balls I was like,
so ultimately, to come full circle, the original question was where'd the name come from? So it's my dad. And here's the funny thing about it, and maybe not many people realize this or not, but there's a saying about how a person dies twice. My dad passed away almost 2 years ago, and that's the first time that you died. The second is the last time that somebody says your name, and because I go by Dr.Lupo, he is still around.
I love that.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. That's very, very cool. Yeah, you get to, I mean, even beyond you just having the last name and living it on and passing it down to Charlie and, Charlie's kids and all that kind of stuff. It's so much more widely known than that. Yeah. That's amazing. I love that.
That is awesome.
Super cool, man. All right, Trevor.
Well,
after it, dude.
You are An Omahan. Is that how you say it? What do you call an Omaha?
Good question.
Oh, you're an Omahaan.
Omahanian?
Omahanian. Ooh, I like that one. I'm going to do that one. Omahanian.
Go for it.
And I've actually...
That's fine.
I don't know if you know this, but I've actually spent a fair amount of time in Omaha.
That wouldn't surprise me because the College World Series is here.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to college.
Never mind. I'm completely surprised.
You have baseball, but yeah, I've actually never played baseball there.
You're just too good. Wait, you got drafted out of high school?
I got drafted out of high school way back
You're
in
nuts.
2008. Yeah, dude, I'm nuts.
Oh my gosh! Wow. Okay.
And I was the Midwest does food well, right? And I liked.
Well, yes.
I had Culver's for the first time there. So this is my question. Okay, we'll probably get there. But my question that I always ask on every pod is, and we've kind of extended it over the last few episodes. I want to know what your favorite what is your, gamers tend to have their fast food place that they drive by and they're like, yo, that is where I used to get my food before I went and played World of Warcraft for 16 straight hours. And I can't wait to go there right now. Or to extend it a little bit, what's your favorite fast food place, or maybe your favorite like local sit down place that you drive by and you're like, man, I would do anything for that right now. What is your favorite two? Okay. If there's two, it can be two.
I'll give you the first one as from back in the day.
Okay.
So you referenced, you immediately said World of Warcraft, and that, so back in college, me and my friends used to play like nonstop. Like we were the guys that, like when Wrath of the Lich King came out, we had a setup in my dorm room, and like there's a picture actually of me at my desk and my friend sitting to my right next to the window. And the room was so hot because of my computer being on that we opened the window, but it was snowing outside. So he's playing on a laptop with winter gloves on. Bro, if I can find that picture, I'll show you. It's hilarious.
I'd love to see that.
But I recall a nonstop Taco Bell runs. And I know for sure that I would get 3 chicken burritos every time. Or what was the grilled stuffed chicken burrito, the big one?
Grilled stuffed chicken burrito. They're huge.
They would be just massive. And because I was like,
I'm so hungry.
I know, right?
Continue.
But here's the thing: is my body can't handle that anymore, dude.
Oh no, it can't. No, lactose.
I know. It's just one of those things. It's like your body was back in the day. Be like, oh yeah, dude, give me a burrito. Blah, 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 blah. Now it's like if you look at it wrong, your stomach just starts to go, I'm going to get indigestion ahead of time just to prepare.
Did you get Baja Blast?
Actually, okay, here's the problem. So in Omaha, I don't remember ever having Baja Blast.
What?
I know.
I'm so offended.
They just didn't have it?
They just didn't have it.
Come on.
But then we would go to, so we went to BlizzCon a couple years, and there's a place there by the Anaheim Convention Center called Baja Fresh. And they had Baja Blast.
No way.
Dew, and we definitely got that. But I don't recall back then being able to get Baja Blast.
So we had Baja Blast in our Washington Taco Bell. And it's funny that you mentioned Wrath of Lich King, because when that game came out, I was 18 years old, and in my first off season back from the season. So I had 5 months, no job, no school, it's winter. Like I literally would play World of Warcraft for 16 hours a day, sleep, roll out of bed, get on my computer 1 foot away, play it again. We needed fish feast, dude. I was the fish feast guy because I was on all night. We got,
we get a mage table? Mage table, please? That was me. I was
you were
the guy
mage
to produce those. Yep.
Yeah, I was a holy pally. So I was the best holy pally on the server, dude.
Kings, please. I need might.
Can I get wisdom? Trevor, please. Wisdom, please. Blessing wisdom, please.
Bro, Beacon of Light came out, and I just both tanks, and I just destroyed the meters. God, take me back. Oh my God,
good old days, right?
Oh yeah.
So I also played. I played towards the middle / tail end of ICC, whatever. Yeah, Ice Crown Citadel.
Yeah,
and I hopped in then. Holy Paladin, leveled him from 0. 1, whatever. Was very attached to him. Loved him to death. They were so overpowered. I was like, Tim, all right, we're on Marogar, I think was the first boss of that raid.
Yeah.
I was like, Tim, I'm going to stand here, not look at my screen, and smack my forehead against the keyboard.
Flash of light, flash of light, flash of light, flash of light.
And see how much damage I do. This is not exaggeration. Yeah. I was top damage.
It's insane. Oh yeah, dude. I remember the rep pallies were absolutely ridiculous.
Stupid, yeah.
Actually, so when they came out for Horde, before BC released, so like there's that like 2-week window, right?
Yeah.
Where
the patch getting ready for the expansion.
You would destroy everyone. It was like free wins in Battlegrounds. You just run out there in the open, bring it on, boom, everybody's gone.
Oh my gosh! If you popped wings with what was it, Avenging Wrath, the hammer that you would throw,
it was gross.
Yeah, Judgment, you can one pop. Yeah.
Good times.
Nothing more satisfying than hurling that hammer and just like one-shotting people.
Remember the last thing about WoW, because we're getting sidetracked. Like you said, but do you remember the days before Resilience?
No.
Oh my! For real?
No.
Arena Season 1. Me and my buddy Captain Cookies would run 2s, both mages, both Palm Pyro, and we just roll out and we'd be like, that guy, boom, and he's just gone. Like instant one shot because you just zap him right off of it, and then there'd be like a paladin, like a rogue, and the paladin would disappear from the game. Like his character would get straight up deleted, and the rogue would be like, I don't know what to do, and run away. Run behind the pillars and would be like, score Trost Nova, and just like destroy whatever was left. Dude, Palm Pyro, double Palm Pyro was the epitome of insanity when there was no resilience, because you had like 3k HP, you'd hit for 6,000. They just get deleted. They'd be gone.
Yeah. God, take me back to that. Wow.
Yep.
That's the WoW I want.
The whole leveling thing, just let me skip it and then let me just be 60.
If Classic goes through the process of going to Burning Crusade,
I'm back.
It's going to be really tough for me to not just full send into that.
Are we though? I feel like I don't want to get too much of a tangent. Are we though?
But here's the thing.
Yeah, but then they made the changes in the leveling and stuff. All that stuff came.
Only by nostalgia for so long.
Yeah, but BC was like my true WoW beginnings. Like I played a little bit of vanilla.
Yeah,
but
I played a little bit too.
Was my jam.
It was the jam.
I think Lich King was my full on. I would rather not eat and just play.
100%. Yeah,
it was. Trevor, that can be arranged. I know a guy.
IV me up, and we'll see how long we last.
Yeah,
like that's where I was.
All right. Well, so we've dabbled into it a little bit. And you've kind of mentioned a couple things, Loop. But I think this is actually really curious because we talked about this like a year ago at this point. But what did you do before streaming, for content creation, and when did you decide to take it full time?
So I went to college and double majored in computer science and web development. So I've got a double bachelor's, graduated and all that.
Like you do. Mm-hmm.
Like you do. And I got a job at PayPal. I worked as a help desk. I was like a level 2 guy. I never had to do level 1 tech support of like taking the call and resetting a password. I didn't do that. But I was a guy that worked the long hours on the weekends that would do all the desk moves. Mm-hmm. So at one point, actually, I did move Elon Musk's desk at PayPal from one section to another because they were moving like the C-level people around or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, we were coworkers, if you can believe it.
Nice.
Never talked to the guy. Never talked to him. Yeah.
Should have said something.
He was never there.
Oh,
it was just it was towards the point where he was on his way out with like all the stuff that happened with like selling company and the eBay side and acquisition, blah blah blah. There's a lot to it. But that's where I started, and eventually I got a job at an advertising company that was not doing great credit wise. We'll say they did not have a good business score. Didn't know that when I worked there. Smile. And when that ship was on its way under, I went to an insurance company and ended up working there for a while. I got promoted I was a senior systems engineer before I wasn't there anymore. And I was like the youngest one. I think I made it to senior at like 28, 29, something like that. Yeah. But around that time is when Destiny 1 introduced Trials of Osiris. And I had met a couple buddies, Icon and Ninja with Noel, and a couple of those guys, and they were like, I bet we could probably, based on what they had heard rumor wise, I bet we could probably run people through this if it's really easy. Trials of Osiris was like the end game PvP mode, so you would win 7 games in a row without losing against other teams that were trying to win 7 in a row without losing. You get to go to the lighthouse, you get to get really, really cool loot. And we were like, this is going to be super hard. First week, steamrolled everyone. So the second week, we were like, we could probably do this. Let's like, and Brian was like, I got a Twitch channel. We should stream it and we could pull people from chat and maybe make some money. And I was like, okay, cool. I think I have a channel. And lo and behold, I did. Dr.Lupo. Don't know if you've heard of it. Smile.
Never heard of it.
And, same. Don't worry. And I never watch him, honestly.
Yeah. Who? Omega Law?
Who? But we started doing trials runs, and eventually that one thing led to another. I made it on some podcasts, and things kind of started blowing up. Eventually, I was like, maybe I can. What if I get partnered? Wouldn't that be funny? I could make money off streaming just directly through Twitch. And Sam and I giggled about it, and then it happened. And at the night that it happened, I remember we were in our bedroom at our old house, and I was like, I got partnered. What if one day I turn this into my full-time job? Yeah, right. Was kind of the idea. And we joked about it at first, and eventually things kept growing and more games had come out, and I had dabbled in other stuff, and eventually got to the point where during my PUBG era, I played H1 for a little while, but switched to PUBG. We said, what if we actually can make this my full-time thing? Could you imagine? She's like, might as well go for it, right? You're only going to get one shot at ever doing this, and if you don't go for it right now, you'll never know if it's going to work or not. So we decided that I would try. And so my last day at my old job was actually my 30th birthday, March 20th.
Wow.
And a week later, I started at 8 a.m. and ended at 4 p.m. and told people at the end of the stream, I was like, by the way, get used to the schedule, because this is my full-time gig now. I'm gonna be a content creator. And people went nuts. I got like 400 subs in the last 5 minutes of stream, because people had been waiting for it for forever. And they're like, we want to support your channel, and we love everything you've done so far. You seem like a good person. Little do they know. I'm terrible, right? Yeah.
Rotten. Yeah.
I got told today that I should stay humble. That guy today in chat clearly did not realize that I'm the best. So, it's tough.
What an idiot. Come on.
Right. But, and not long after that, I met Tyler, with the most holiest of hand grenades that I've ever thrown in my life, and became friends with him. And then Fortnite happened, and man, what a whirlwind that was, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord.
We were in that whirlwind with you.
Bro, since then, the last 2 years have been the most insane thing that I could have ever possibly imagined. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the people that watch me.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait to go full time and get 400 subs. It's gonna be crazy,
dude. Just announce it one at the end of stream.
Wow, Trevor, stay humble, dude. Unbelievable.
Just announce it, guys. I'm retired from whatever that sport was I was playing, and now it's content creation full time.
So
I'm my TikTok. What?
No one's gonna stop that. I want to know your timeline in that. So in general, how long from when you were like, all right, I'm going to do this running people through for money, I'm assuming, right? Running people through for Destiny.
Yeah. So we started that in May of 2014. Yeah, 14. 9 months later, I was partnered.
Gotcha.
I streamed Destiny 1 exclusively, basically, for like a year and a half to 2 years.
And
Fortnite happened in 2018. 2018.
Yeah.
2018. Okay.
So you could kind of put the pieces together from all that of like when things exploded. March 20th, 2 years ago is when. No, wait, 2 or 3 years. Samantha, she probably knows. Here's the thing, and this is part of this plays back into the ADD thing at the very beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I just forget because it's so many things have happened that it all, dude. Remember Ninja Vegas?
Dude,
that wasn't that long ago, and that was insane.
Yeah,
I remember
it seems like
watching
a long
that
time ago.
That was like something I was like, I got to make a point to watch this live because this is nuts.
He was the first. He had that was a huge one for me too. That actually played into the second part of what I would consider like my career right now, and that's we jokingly do the ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the PUBG only throwing grenades challenge. My name's Dr.Lupo. Joining me today, Trevor May and ActionJaxon. You know, like that kind of thing. We would jokingly do it. And when Tyler got the Vegas gig at the esports arena, he reached out to me. And actually, originally, I think Golden Boy, but he was busy. So he went to Jack. I was like, hey, do you want to cast this thing? I was like, wait, you want me to like actually commentate your event? He's like, yeah, do it. And it was the first time I'd ever actually done it. And people were like, he's actually pretty good. What?
You got to think on your feet a little bit. And you are pretty good at that, man.
It's true.
Sam just said in chat, you want full-time coming up on 3 years, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. 3 years.
Perfect.
See, I forget the timeline because there's so many things have happened and things have gotten crazy. We've done so many charity events. I did the thing with Champion and we just announced a couple days ago. I partnered with Gillette, and I've got another thing coming up soon that's like
nice,
just mind blowing. And King's Coast and like just all the stuff. I have a freaking coffee roast. There's a little figure you can buy of me from Lamo.
Yeah.
What? Bro, what the hell?
Filter on Instagram, bro.
Hey,
it's weird.
Stay humble, dude. I feel
I'm very humble.
So cool.
Stay humble.
Listen, it's very difficult being this amazing, Paul. Okay, I'm gonna need you to back up. Give me some space.
It's very amazing.
And not to be downplayed a little bit here, but you also never are forced to move to Florida either. Like that's pretty cool.
Trevor right now is really stuck on the Florida thing. Okay, it's warm there, and he's got he has a 56K modem that he has to stream through right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised Discord works.
Here we are, though, dude.
You know what, Trevor? No one's making you play baseball. All right, no one's putting a gun to your head and saying throw this ball at this guy. No one's making you do it. All right,
you're not supposed to throw the ball at the guy, Paul.
You don't know what Kate is capable of.
Look, Kate is an independent. She does her own thing.
Independent?
No, she's the best. She's the best. She's my rock. So that, do you know what else is crazy there? In all seriousness, you've been going full time. I always consider like myself being on Twitch as fairly new, but a lot of people don't know. Like I've been partnered since like mid 2006, and I've been on Twitch since 2015 as well. And a lot of like everyone's like, "Oh, when did you start streaming yesterday?" I'm like, "What? I've been around I'm an old man. Like, come on, give
Trevor,
me some respect."
You're very new here. Smile.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, how'd you meet them yesterday? I'm like, what?
I was just talking to someone about this on stream. I was like, when people come into your chat and they're like, "Hey, you just start streaming last week?" What? No,
because I think they're used to the trend right now of there's a lot of athletes are getting into Twitch because they've seen the connection, like the NFL thing. Tons of NFL players now are like, I got a Twitch channel because they have downtime and they already play games, and on the side it's like a good business thing to do. And it's fun.
It's fun. If you like interacting with fans and interacting with people, you know, go for it. That's what I always tell my teammates. Like, should I start a channel? I'm like, do you want to interact with people and like read chat and like, because that's important. You got to like doing that, or if you don't, you're going to hate it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to answer the questions about, you know, the baseball stuff and who's the best hitter and who's the hardest pitcher you ever faced. Man, I love it.
It seems like you like it a lot.
Hey, Trevor, how do you feel about the Astros? Smile.
That's new. What's that one about?
No idea.
Wait, what happened with the Astros? Can we go over it?
So anyway,
for another day. Let's just completely left turn here. Okay, so all right. So we like to cover, we like to cover a lot of different subjects that are surrounded around content creation here. I mean, there's a lot of different facets to it. It's not just going live and then that's all you do. Obviously, we've commented many times on how many things you have going on. But in terms of social media, and I know that a lot. The crew is very, very in on the TikToks at the moment. They talk about it quite a lot. Talking about the Jax, the Tims, and the Ninjas of the world.
I heard Tim call it the talk yesterday, and I just about died.
Yeah, but it's like there's the content creator party who's like, oh, just steer into it. It's important. So
it might
currently
be the
right
most
now,
boomer thing I've ever heard Tim say. Sorry,
it's very boomer. I mean, he's a boomer.
The talk, dude. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay. Yeah,
That ruined my
fine.
night. That ruined my night.
We're vibing. We're vibing.
We're not anymore.
So in terms of social media, what is your favorite social media platform to use? And currently at the moment, which one do you think you're not using enough? Like, which one do you think you need to work harder to create on?
Twitter is my favorite.
We get that
Twitter
one a
is
lot.
by far my favorite because it's a smaller audience. Typically, the age range is a little higher. I see less spam bots on Twitter.
Yeah.
And there's just something about the sass that you can find and it's just
the
good.
sass.
Dude, it's just good. And there's some really quality shenanigans that happen on Twitter. I think I use Instagram not enough. But we actually it's funny you mentioned social media and just all that stuff. So we're going through a process right now of getting my editor the ability to post on my behalf on my account. And it's done now on Twitter, which is why you're going to see clips and video stuff go up daily now, which is good. I should have done this a million years ago. I'm just too stupid to think about it. I forgot about it. Thank you, Paul.
I should probably do that. No, 100%. I want to agree with you.
Very stupid. Yeah, very, very stupid. But Instagram is good for engagement. And like you have the story, so you post a story every time you go live. That's important. I still don't even do that. And I should. Just like being able to have a presence out there is important because if you don't do it, if you don't maintain that and keep things running, then you can fall off a little bit. And people don't realize how much work goes into not disappearing in the shadows. What's weird is like, so TikTok is on the rise. I quite honestly find TikTok super annoying. And you know what? I'm not even afraid to say, if that makes me a boomer, fire away, dude. But I just think that it's like it's Vine trying to be revived, and there's a time and a place for certain things. And obviously, like there's that girl that has 24 million followers on. Yeah. Well, did I tell you we saw her in Miami for the Super Bowl?
Oh, wild.
Yeah. Clicks took a picture with her at dinner.
Really? Because he's 15.
Because he's 15, and I think she is too. Exactly. Yeah. But I'm like, I look at that, and I don't know why it's popular, and that's how I know that I'm past the point where I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care. I'll stay on Twitter with me and all the angry people on Twitter stay together. Everyone on Twitter just be mad together, and we're fine.
We're at the turning point where we are transitioning into actual adulthood. When I really don't understand trends. We're just like, whatever.
I swear to you, this is a random side thing, but I swear to you that when Jack said his 90s were soggy one time, I could have fallen on my knife. But I'm like, I will fall on my sword saying that this is a meme and you're not telling the truth. But he was telling the truth. Apparently, that's a thing that kids say, and I'm like, what does it even mean? What does that mean? And I inside, I knew it was happening. That I was like, I'm old right now for this, but I just let it go because I felt like I needed to let it go. You know what I mean? Like I needed to just embrace that thing because I fully did not get it.
And that's the next level. I feel like the next level of not only realizing that you don't know what it means and it's not relevant is the ability to not comment on it because it's not even worth the breath to talk about.
Yeah. I had, dude, Paul, when he said it, I remember this so vividly. This was like 6 months ago. Yeah. I looked at him and I said, what are you talking about? And he was like, they're really good. And I was like, no. What? This isn't real. And he's like, I swear to you, dude. I swear to you, it's the thing that kids are saying now. And I was like,
soggy.
And immediately I said, I'm going to go be old by myself. And I walked away. And that was it. Because I had just realized in that moment that I was past the point where this is around the time when I started playing other stuff too, instead of just Fortnite every day. Yes. Around that time is when all the competitive, like the teenage competitive players were starting to get on this rise, and like, and Booga blew up because he won the World Cup, and like you had all these.
At that point is when it happened. Yeah, that's when it happened.
You know what else reinforced it? I watched a stream, and this is no offense to him. He's an exceptional player, and I'm sure for his audience is great. But I watched a stream where 9,000 people were watching Clicks do box fights against one of his friends. His mic had no noise gate, and he was talking about this girl that he had wanted to talk to, and how she was 14, and he was like trying to like flirt with this girl or something like that. And I was just sat there, and I was like, "What is this? What am I watching?"
Yeah,
it's like a high school clique all together hanging out in one stream, and it wasn't even they weren't. Nobody was talking about the gameplay.
No.
And he wasn't even like really paying attention, but he was doing box fights. He was like doing really well. He's destroying this person he was against. But it was like, this is different kind of content. This is not, I don't understand this. I fully 100%. Admitted I don't understand. I was like, maybe this audience, like that was when I realized maybe the audience of Fortnite is not an audience that wants to watch me anymore in Fortnite. You know what I mean?
I actually realized that before. And another, it wasn't Clicks. It was Tifu's was a little bit younger. So sure. You know, when he was around when Tyler went over to Mixer, and a lot of that went to Tifu, and he escalated very quickly for a few weeks after that. And I was just kind of in the chat, and I like watching him because I like watching the professional side of things. I just like watching people play games professionally. It's fun for me. And I pop in, I was just like kind of just paying attention to the chat. I'm like, this is a different chat than I would have.
100%.
This is just different. And
100%.
And then it got like, even he was too old for, you know, kind of what after the Booga thing happened, right? And but
Tifu was old sense on the stage.
But he was in a different stage of his life than they are, right? And it just became very like, we could be Booga, and then when that happened, parents got into it a little bit. Parents were like, "Oh, this is a thing," and you know, thousands of parents did that, and thousands of kids were like, "Okay, I'm going to try to do this thing," and that's kind of where the game has kind of gone to, which it makes sense and I understand it, but again, all the way back to the memes, like, dude, like you said soggy, and I was like, how does he not know what that means? And then you said it means good, and I thought it meant bad, so I was like, oh my god, I don't know what it means.
I thought it meant bad the entire time.
I thought it meant bad.
It's good.
Oh, Courage, you're too old for this, bud.
It's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's
Soggy is a positive.
Soggy's a positive, dude.
I'm gonna walk away from this podcast. I can't even handle it.
Yeah, it's positive.
You see what I'm saying, though, right? It's just weird. I think some of us are finally starting to hit the point, and it's strange because we're in the public eye, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a streamer, whether you have 20 viewers or 2,000 or whatever, dude, the fact that you're there exposed to all this stuff, and like chat will say something and be like, what does that mean? Yeah, I don't understand. And my chats laughed at me directly when I'm like, I don't get what that means. They're like, it's a joke. Have you not heard this rap song by XYZ, 1, 2, 3, 4? And I'm like, that's a real rapper name? And they're like, yeah.
Sure,
just won a Grammy.
YouTube. Yeah.
Just won a Grammy. And I'm like, no, you did not just say that to me. It's shocking. It's jarring in a way that I didn't think I would be able. I didn't think I would go through that publicly like that, like this, Yeah. But I absolutely have no idea. I'm out of the loop, dude.
You got to you got to keep maintaining your niche as a content creator, and be like, all right, you got to pivot a little bit. So, and it's kind of what happens.
In relation to what Lupo was saying earlier, you mentioned a lot. Well, I'm going to add a little bit, but I feel like a lot of what we do is a fight to remain relevant. So dude, it's 100%. A constant, you're trying to keep your head above water in just remaining relevant. Producing new content is one thing. Remaining relevant is a completely different thing. But then also they counteract each other. So you're trying to remain relevant while also hating all the new things that come out. And you're like, I don't want to say soggy to remain relevant.
That being said, I'm attempting to acquire @DrLupo on TikTok. So just keep that in mind.
Of course.
Because you got it.
For real. I think what I ended up doing without realizing it is, like it is an attempt. It's a battle to stay relevant. And eventually I thought to myself, I could either do that and hate myself, or I can do what I want to do and have fun, which is why I've been playing so much Tarkov. Like I love Fortnite. I do. Don't ever take it the wrong way. Anybody that listens to this at any point, I absolutely love the game. But the audience that watches it is not the same as when we first started for my channel. And so I've made the conscious decision to do what makes me happy, knowing full well that when it comes time, I do still feel like I could commentate Fortnite with the best of them. And I if Epic still wants me to commentate Fortnite in the future, absolutely sign me up. I'm there for it. I'll learn everything like I always have, and memorize player stats, and I'll do all that. I'll do everything that they need me to do. But the audience that watches Fortnite is not the same audience that watches me anymore in the same way. It's changed, and that's okay. Like I don't have to throw myself at trying to, like, I can still hit snipes, dude. But the people that are there for it have changed over time because I am a different kind of relevant than I was before.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the way we played the game too was different. And now they like it a different way. And we just don't play like that. And that's just look at any game. Like it's just, there's genesis of games. Games, change, and then the people who play them change. But it's all about, I think that your strategy of, I'm playing a game that I really enjoy, and you've been playing for a long time, obviously. And it was awesome that it's having its come up, and it's a well-made game, and it's fun as heck. I'm glad I play it too. And that's what successful people do, is they do the thing. They have a process they go through, and they constantly follow their process. Playing games they like is part of your process. And that helps you make good content around it.
It's going to be better when I'm enjoying it.
It's going to be better. Exactly. And you have to buy into that and be okay with it. Like if that's a tip anyone could have that wants to be a content creator, it's listening to this right now, enjoy what you do. And that's kind of what it is.
That little, it's going to be better if I'm enjoying it is absolutely the truth.
Nobody wants to watch you play a game that you are in physical pain playing. I'm not saying that I'm in physical pain playing Fortnite, but just in general, if you're out there and you're like, I think that Apex is what's going to get me viewers, but I hate it. Try playing something else for a little while. Take a break, take a step back, do the thing that's going to make you happy. Because man, it's a lot more fun a majority of the time to watch someone that's there's a difference between being mad and jokingly mad. When you're like if I'm playing Tarkov, I'm like, this is gonna be a great day, and I get shot right in the head, and and I'm like, and I'll just look at the camera and be like, ha 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 ha. Like people know I'm obviously jokingly mad. I'm not actually mad. But if I'm pissed, people are gonna know, and they're not gonna want to watch that. People want to watch you have fun.
Exactly. Yeah. But getting shot 3 times in the face within 5 minutes of every single raid you go into.
That's Tarkov's way of saying that they love you. Okay,
it's Tarkov's way of saying you've killed your teammates too much. So,
So our next segment.
But
no, we've talked about it a little bit. I think we're leading into it pretty well. We'd like to know right now, what's your favorite game to play? I think it's pretty obvious. But what is your favorite game to paint content with? Also, probably pretty obvious. But please let us know.
My favorite game to play right now is going to surprise you.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's not Escape from Tarkov.
No way.
You heard it here first. What is it?
Tarkov is a close second, but I have been playing Breath of the Wild off stream with Charlie watching, and he has been loving it.
That's awesome.
There's a bunch of DLC stuff that I haven't beaten yet. I went through and I unlocked the motorcycle, so I did all the challenges and all the little mini dungeons, and then the mastering of the divine beast at the end. So you get the motorcycle. Yes. Did all that. He ate that up. He loved watching it. I'm going through the Trials of the Master Sword right now. I have the last one, and actually, it is my Switch is sleeping, and I'm on like level 12 or 13 of the final Trials of Master Sword, and there's 23, and it gets harder and harder.
Dude.
But did you see recently somebody found a glitch with it? A new one. So what you can do is, if you have a little bit of elevation on your target, even just like you're on like a slant. If you do a side or backflip and then hit the technically R2, ZR, and Y at the same time while you're midair. When you land, you will teleport to your target and you get a free flurry rush. It's wild. It's not even kidding. I'll send you a link to it later, but there's a glitch where you do the side or backflip, hit Y and ZR at the exact same time midair. When you land, you will beam to the guy that you're targeting if you have him locked on, and you'll get a free flurry rush with whatever weapon you have. So you can swap to like your master sword or like a two-hander and get a free two-hander flurry rush for nothing. It's insane. I'm talking like you could be targeting a guy super far away, and you it's like instant transmission right to him, and you just cut loose.
On any target.
Nuts. On
even
any
like
target.
why am I blanking the name? The Centaur.
What are the Lionels? Yeah.
Lionels,
Yes. Bro, it's nuts. So I haven't tried it yet, but I've watched so many videos. And dude, people are like turning it into Street Fighter combos. There's a video of a dude that's like does the backflip, chucks a bomb out in the middle of it, does the combo, lands and like zips through the bomb and it blows up and does damage. And also he gets the flurry rush and he changes weapons and then does it again like instantly and does the bomb plant by like changing magic in the middle of it. It's like, what is happening? Bro, it is wild. But so I've been playing a ton of Breath of the Wild recently. Yeah. It's the first game I've played off stream. And the reason I'm able to play it is because Charlie loves watching me play Zelda. Dude, and the craziest part is right afterwards, the first day that I played it and he was watching, I found him upstairs and Samantha said he was playing with kinetic sand for 3 hours and he was making dungeons, the spires that come up out of the ground that are orange and then they turn blue when you beat them. Yeah. He was making those out of kinetic sand and then he would say he's going to go beat it and he would crush it and smush it down. He was playing Zelda in his kinetic sand.
That's amazing.
His shrines, it's shrines. He's calling
shrines.
I was calling it everything that I go into and have to beat like that. I just
is a dungeon.
It was a dungeon.
It's a dungeon.
So dude, I've planted the Zelda seed.
Dude, that's got to be a super cool thing to have your child like do something directly because you did. I don't know how else to describe what that was.
He's the most proud of anything he's ever done that I've ever been. I teared up. I got choked up when Sam told me what he was doing. Yeah,
100%.
He's making Zelda shrines.
If I was just if I somehow beat the Lich King with my son watching me, and he went upstairs and made Frostmourne out of kinetic sand, I would lose my
right.
I would lose it.
And you just have to think to yourself, that came out of me, and now it's building shrines and things. Right? It's making things that it saw me do, and it's enjoying it.
That's so cool.
Create that which creates.
Isn't that nuts?
Oh God,
that is nuts.
Wow, amazing. So I was not expecting that. That is an awesome game. I played that as well, almost entirely off stream.
Have you seen the leaks for Breath of the Wild 2 sequel?
Dude, I don't even want to look because I feel like it's gonna be like release next month and it's like 2089.
Not confirmed if this is real or not. Do you want me to talk about it?
Yes, I want you to talk about it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, so people are saying this is from a leak from a website that is a number and 4 letters afterwards that kids shouldn't go to. Starts with a 4. But
definitely go there.
So it's Bond of the Triforce. And what it is you play as Link and Zelda. And you only play as Zelda inside dungeons, but you can switch between the two of them when you're inside a dungeon freely. And it's basically you're playing 2 characters, and you out in the outside world you're still Link. It is a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild, but it's supposed to be like a back and forth thing. And people are saying that you'll have the ability to co-op it potentially when you're inside the dungeon. Ooh. So like if you have a buddy that was like, I want to play Zelda, Legend of Zelda with you. One person can be Zelda, and one person can be Link. That's not confirmed. None of this is official. But it's like leaked stuff that people have put up on certain websites. Like, here's what it is. And they're adding a bunch of new items and different weapons and stuff. And like, oh God, please give it to me, Daddy.
I'm aroused.
Yeah,
Happy Valentine's Day
with Wind Waker as well. Yeah, there you go, chat. If you're looking to culminate, hopefully that helped you.
To culminate.
Well, that's the easiest way I can say it because my son's watching.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh. Yeah, culminate. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that works. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I am arriving. Yes. There you
Yes. There we go. Okay, we've gotten there. You get it?
But yeah, it's pretty sick, huh? So yeah, that is my current favorite game to play is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Perfect. Awesome. And I'm assuming create content is Tarkov.
Oh yeah, 100%. People have been. I mean, today we did a Gillette ad stream. I think at one point I had like 24,000 viewers or something like that. Like you can't.
There we go.
It's a combination of game that I've loved for a long time plus success, and that's good. You know, people like watching. Like I ran around with Pool Shark and Darkness 49. Timmy today.
Yeah.
We'd had a great time. At least one of us died at pretty much every single raid. So a lot of it was, hey, I'll get your stuff and we'll run it back.
Oh, yeah.
It was still good. And I hate labs with a passion. But yeah.
Still haven't done labs since the time you died within 4 seconds, and I was scared out of my mind.
That's so good. I was like, all right, we're just going to peek this back.
Yep.
And you're like, I don't know what to do.
Always and grenades and flashes.
I could have started crying in that moment.
I'm going to be honest, though. Recently, I think that in the last, 3 or 4 times Paul and I played together, I think we've gotten past there's someone around every corner, scared mode. And we've gotten into actually starting to feel pretty comfortable with how to make money and what we're going and doing and knowing the
I
master.
look forward to the next time that we're able to play together.
Yeah, I think we can actually play some games.
We don't have garbage gear. We know how to put a sight on our gun now. It's
and I'm not worried about moving. I'm like, I'll just buy some new stuff if I lose it, whatever. And if I go broke, then you just say, chat, someone buy this for $3 million.
I'm
you're fine.
Stash value of 118 million.
There you go. Whoa! See, or just ask Lupo for a loan. Got it.
I have like 45 million rubles cash right now.
I'm at 31, and I was like, I'm big time. Damn.
You have 31 mil?
I do.
You have 31 mil?
Oh, not liquid. That's my stash value.
I was like,
I thought you had like 131 mil.
Out of nowhere, Paul's been training literally overnight. He hasn't slept in a month.
He is now the Rocky of Escape from Tarkov.
My eyes are bleeding, but 30 million rubles.
Here you go. Here you are.
All right. Well, we have an ad. We're going to do an ad time. We're going to do it live this time because something has changed in the ad. So I will go ahead and just take care of that. You guys can listen.
Hit the ad, Trevor.
The May Contain Action podcast is presented by PrintLoyal.com. They partnered with talented artists, creating incredible gaming fan art and make it available for you to rep your favorite games. New art is added weekly, and recently they just added some Star Wars inspired art, including The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, and a super cool Toad from Mario and Star Wars crossover, which is pretty sweet. They're now available at PrintLoyal.com. Love games? Show it with Print Loyal. All right.
Crushed it.
Boom. All right.
Crushed it.
So this is probably my favorite segment. I think that there's some, you do so much, Ben, that we could have put 1,000 things in here, but I got a couple that I think people would really, really like to hear about. So first thing, and to be honest, this is something I'm super excited to hear about because for some reason I'm so super into learning about people's routines. So take us through a normal day in the life of being Dr.Lupo. Your stream times. What time do you get up? How do you breakfast? You do stream between streams. What do you do? And then you have you got your son and you got Sam and you spend a lot of time with your family. We know that. So when is that? Like, how does it all work?
So every day starts at 7 a.m. That is when the light inside Charlie's clock in his bedroom goes from yellow to green. When it's green, he can get up, and so he runs into our room, says good morning, and climbs up on the bed. And for the next 10 minutes, Sam and I start waking up, and we have him run out and feed Aiko, and then let her outside, let her back inside, and then he goes to get dressed. He could dress himself now in the morning, so he does that.
Huge.
Sam gets up out of bed and goes and starts that process of getting him ready. If it's like a school day or if grandma's coming over, whatever's going on, depending on the day of the week. Mm-hmm. And then I get up out of bed. I'm probably out of bed by 7:15. I go and I take my vitamins for the day. Usually eat a banana, a granola bar, and yogurt for breakfast pretty much every single day. And then go in and I take a shower. Do all the normal, I shower during that. Charlie's getting ready. And if it's like a school day, he's playing for a little bit or watching a TV show and having like a half breakfast basically because he has breakfast at school. Sure. I say goodbye to them, make my coffee. Usually Charlie is almost always the one that hits the button to start it because he likes helping with stuff. And if it's a school day, Sam drives him to school. And I try and, he wants to help. I try and be live by 8 a.m. Central every single day. Sometimes it's a little later if there's like an email I need to take care of or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then I stream from 8 to 4 p.m. I try and end at 4 or just a little after or before, depending on what's going on. Maybe it's adjusted for like a meeting, a phone call, a podcast like this, something like that. Mm-hmm. And from 4 o'clock, assuming there's nothing else going on, until 8, that 4-hour block is spent hanging out with my family. We'll have dinner. Charlie and I will play. We'll watch TV. We'll play video games. We'll do whatever. Maybe it's a night where Charlie has to take a bath. We'll do that. Mm-hmm. We start the bedtime process at 8 o'clock. It's always the same order of operations. He cleans up his toys and picks a toy that he wants to take to bed. And then we go inside. He gets dressed for bed and listens to a song. Like Shake Your Booty or Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. That's been another
classic,
one that we've been
classic lullaby. Yeah.
And we dance around in the bedroom and shake our butts at each other and be silly. And then we read him a story, or he reads to us. He can read exceptionally well for a 4-year-old. It's actually pretty crazy.
Awesome.
How good he is at reading. Yeah. And then we go and brush his teeth. We do his points for the night, and we've been doing a thing recently where he has 5 different points he can get over the course of a day, depending on what he does. If he gets ready for a day in the morning on his own, like if he gets dressed on his own, that's a point. If he is a good listener all day, that's a point. We've been having problems recently with making it to the potty on time, so if we don't have any problems, that's a point. If he eats all of his dinner without having to play games in order to eat his dinner, that's a point. And if he cleans up all his toys, that's a point. So 5 points. If he gets 5 points, he gets credit. And credit is basically like $1. And he can use those credits to buy video game stuff on Sam's iPad.
That's awesome.
He's been playing like Thomas games, and he just recently started playing this Harry Potter game on our iPad and all sorts of stuff. So we do the points, and then we go in, we say goodnight to him, and he gets into bed. And then I'll usually start stream up by 8:30 unless something is going on. Go until 11 and go upstairs, snuggle my wife, watch TV, brush my teeth, and go to bed.
So
that's the whole day. It is that regimented every single day.
That's insane. We need to ask that question more often.
I love it. I love it so much.
I'm realizing 2 things. One, I'm not ready for children. Not even.
They like scheduled stuff as well. They thrive on that usually.
Yeah,
maybe I'm ready then.
And also, maybe I'm resonating with at least one listener out there. Did anyone else feel bad for the toys that Charlie doesn't pick to go to bed with him at night? I felt a little like, I was like, oh, good for that one toy. But I was like, oh, but what about Woody?
Exactly. It's going to be Toy Story 5.
He takes different stuff to bed pretty much every night.
He does. Okay. Spread around.
And by toys, I mean like not a stuffed animal. His bed is covered in Friends.
Okay.
Dude. So we're talking like this is an extra thing that he plays with for like 5 minutes and then passes out.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah. His whole bed is covered. If I went and took a picture right now, there's like 2 Pikachus, the entirety of Paw Patrol, a giant stuffed Thomas, like a gorilla from a movie, and there's a ton. There legitimately are probably 25 stuffed animals on his bed right now.
I feel that. I used to surround myself with stuffed animals and lay perfectly still because I thought they would protect me. It was an actual thing. And then I remember waking up in the morning and they'd be all on the ground and thinking, did you guys even do anything? Like, what do you...
They did everything and then they got back in position for you, so you felt like everything was normal when you woke up. You should actually still do that. Tirza would support that in a big way. I'm sure.
100%.
I'm sure.
We get Mickey Mouse out of the... Okay. She said, "Shut your mouth."
Oh, good. Yeah. See, like I said, a lot of support coming down the pipe right there.
Yeah. No, that was really, really good.
I'm gonna alley oop a shout out here. How would this all work without Sam?
Oh, I would be in shambles. I'd probably be in a gutter.
Yeah.
There would be days where I stream 36 hours straight without showering, and then there'd be days because I'm assuming. Are you saying like if Sam had never been around, or if something changed right now?
Like, just say let's just say she goes on vacation for 7 days.
Oh, now I'm fine
with Charlie.
Oh,
she's trained you well now enough.
Now you would be able to stick with it enough, but like
I would stream through dinner. I probably would not eat dinner.
By about day 7, you'd be like, "Come home."
Right now, it's usually by day 2. The first day is like a party. I'm like, yeah, freedom. Let's go.
We're streaming all day.
I'm like, chat, we're starting at 8 a.m. We're going all the way to 2 a.m., dude. Let's do it. And they're like, yeah. And then the next day, they're like, are you going to stream that again? I'm like, I don't know where my clothes are.
Lupo, have you shaved? What?
I don't know. Of course I shaved. Thank you, Gillette.
Nice.
Right there.
Nice.
Yeah. Friend of the
We're looking
podcast
for advertisers.
But for real, like she is huge when it comes to keeping me on track with things and not losing sight of what's important. She is my rock. She is my queen. She is everything to me. And without her, I would not have Charlie. So she's the very clearly, and she would agree with this, the second most important person in my life, because Charlie is obviously number one.
As you are to her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And just so anyone who knows, we literally got Ben on the podcast through Sam, so he wouldn't even be here without her. So this is working out great.
Well, I mean, she's taken on kind of like, not to interrupt you, Trevor, but like almost full-time manager status in a way, right? Is she like?
She answers all my emails, does all the communication. She's in charge of that stuff. So the business is as much hers as it is mine.
Wonderful. There was a second part of this. Well, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about this really quickly. But as everyone sure as heck better know, you do your St. Jude event every year, your big one. I was very, very honored to be part of it this year. It was so much fun. But I can imagine the type of planning that takes. So
yeah.
So when do you start looking forward? Probably right after that one's over. But moving forward to this year's event, when do you start to like really start to ramp up, like getting everything planning for it?
Probably 4 months out is around when we start like the communication process. I reach out to sponsors that I am working with, that I have worked with, that anybody that's like, anybody that's a friend of the channel, anybody through Rogue, my esports team, anybody through Twitch, you guys, I'll start planting the seed of, hey, I'm doing this thing. Maybe you want to be around for it if you want. Like the next GCX stream is about 4 or 5 months away. So we're at the point where we're like, okay, what are we going to do for this next one? And I have a pretty wild idea for my block. Yes. And here's the thing. They haven't even asked me necessarily yet if I want to be one of the blocks. If I am, then so be it. There's a lot. And it's always like, what do I try and go bigger? Do I try and do something different? What do I do? Because there's always a lot of pressure from the outside world to be like, well, you did this much last time, you're going to do twice that. And I'm like, imagine having me try to do twice $2.3 million in 24 hours. It makes me want to throw up thinking about how difficult that would be, because there are people that stream for like the Games Done Quick. They do like a week and raise like 3 or 4 mil. I'm like, I can't do that in 24 hours.
Exactly.
How? It's not even, what are you talking about? You know,
the energy you'd have to bring to that would be unparalleled. There's no way. I always try and elevate too. It's like we had multiple guests from St. Jude this year for Build Against Cancer. I had more contributions from sponsors and stuff than ever. Like Logitech put in $80,000 worth of merch that people won. The number of things that people could win
literally for just donating $10 to St. Jude was insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, it's a big piece of stream because I, stay humble, as according to that, that guy I'm not from earlier. But as I've said a billion times and will always say, without the people that watch my channel, I wouldn't be where I am. So I feel as though I need to do my due diligence to give back to people to help people who cannot necessarily help themselves. And what better cause than kids who are fighting the worst things in the entire world?
Absolutely. That's amazing. So yeah, on behalf of us at the pod and everyone, thank you for doing that. And I can't wait to participate again next. It's beautiful because at least the Build Against Cancer, it's always in the off season. So I'm always going to be able to be around and participate as much as I can. And, I don't know, as this thing goes on, and, you are one person and you only have so much streaming that you can physically do. Start adding people left, right, and middle. And I think that's kind of the next step. But, we'll see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens next year and how to keep this thing going. It's an amazing thing you do. Keep it up.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. I think this is our favorite part of the podcast, Paul.
Oh, well, I don't want to rush. Why specifically?
Oh,
St. Jude?
Yeah.
I'm very curious about that because I want to know, like, is there some sort of history behind it, or why did you specifically choose St. Jude as opposed to anything else?
So back when I did my very first charity stream, we did 2 in about 4 to 6 months, something like that, for the National Fragile X Foundation, because my brother-in-law, Sam's brother Dale, has something similar to Fragile X, which is kind of like autism and a couple other things mixed together. And so we raised, like, over 2 streams, we raised like $25,000 for them, which was crazy because at the time we're talking like when I had 200 to 400 viewers. So that's a lot.
Yeah, that's huge.
In the middle in there, I did, actually after the second one, I did the midnight to 4 a.m. block for Destiny Community Con. Back is what Guardian Con, which is now GCX, was originally called. Actually, before that, it was called Sweat Con, but that's a different story for another day.
Okay.
So DCC, I did that midnight to 4 a.m. block, and we raised $4,500 for St. Jude. It's like the hardest block to raise money for. It was like Sunday night or something before people go to work on Monday. So there's not very many, North America viewers, that kind of thing. Yeah. But we did what we could. I did one for Make-A-Wish after that. We did $39,000 for Make-A-Wish. That was 24 hours on New Year's. That was the stream. I don't know if you know about Mike, the story with Mike. Kotaku did an article on it, but there was a guy that was a friend of a longtime viewer of mine that he watched me too, but he had cancer. Colon cancer, something down in the back end of the dietary tract. And he had never been flawless in Destiny. So the first run we did for the Make-A-Wish stream, me and my buddy Brian, Ninja with Noel, jumped in with him, and he was super happy. And it was just one of those things that, like, you can't really recreate that feeling. So we ran with him and we got him flawless, and he was smiling and laughing the whole time. He had a great time. And a few months later, he passed away. His family told me that through the guy that watched my stream, that it had been a while since they had seen him that happy about anything. That he was just through the roof with how ecstatic he was to be able to do what we did for him. Yeah. And I found out a couple months ago that his daughter now watches the YouTube video that I put up of us playing with him because she likes listening to him laugh. And it's one of the only recordings that they have of him being that happy around the time when he was battling all that stuff. And I didn't know that, so obviously the video is going to stay up for forever. I'm never going to pull that away from them. But so that, even though that was a Make-A-Wish stream, I've never had anything with none of my family members have ever nobody I've been connected to directly like that has ever had cancer. I've never had to deal with it directly. My wife and I and my son were healthy, which I consider myself extremely lucky for. But I've seen talking directly to those people, and I've seen the impact that these things have on those people. And so when St. Jude, after the first one with Destiny CommunityCon came around, did the next one, and I had a day block, and we did $69,000. That was around the time that for me, I was like, I have to do this.
69,000. That's just after you did
4 hours. Yeah. And then not this past year, but the year before that, I had one of the primetime blocks, the 8 to noon, in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
And we did $362,000 in 4 hours.
What?
And then this last year, I had the anchor block, which is the final block of the marathon. We did 920,000 in 4.5 hours because we got to 4 hours, and Broman messaged me, and I was like, I'm gonna keep going. And he was like, okay, but you can only go for a little bit, because they had already like talked to the Games Done Quick people, because they were doing their week following Guardian Con's week.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna host them, but I mean, if you need to go longer, go. And I was like, I'm going to go longer, and and that's that. And so that we got so close to $1 million, it was insane. And we did the Bill Against Cancer one last year, and that did 600,000 in 24. And then we did this last one, and it did 2.3. We've done shirts for them, as you know, directly. 4 Millionaires and Paul did like $176,000, and we had the All the Work shirt, and I have had multiple Bill Against Cancer shirts, and I've tried every way that I can think of to channel the energy. Like I did my supporter creator thing, and that raised another like 30 grand.
That's right.
And like I've tried as hard as I can to be as supportive of those people, because I was shown directly by both Mike and his family, and seeing these kids in person at St. Jude, that we have a real impact on what they're doing. And on top of that, man, here's the thing: there's a lot of good causes out there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I would love to support everything.
Yeah.
You know, heart disease and lung disease and Alzheimer's, and, you know, suicide awareness and veterans and puppy dogs and trees and everything. And so the thing that people have to remember is that there are a lot of good causes, but the good thing is there's a lot of good content creators that, like Jaxon, guy last year, did a charity stream every month for a different cause every time. That's crazy. And he raised like $1.9 million or something like that in 2019 for all these different causes put together. That's great. So I don't have to put myself into every cause.
No.
That's on top of that. I mean, you can even hear me talking about it. I'm very emotionally connected to it, because now I have a kid, and I've seen some of the scary side of it. When we were at St. Jude last year for the summit, I watched a mom pull their kid down the hallway in a little cart because they just got done with chemo and they couldn't stand up on their own. And they were curled up in a ball in this little red wagon. They had a tablet and they were watching TV. They were in a cart. Like no family should have to do that. No parent should have to wheel their kid down a hallway of a hospital because they're too weak to walk on their own.
Yeah.
Dude. So there's people out there that like I said, I got that tip today was so funny. It's $5 from some guy telling me to stay humble. I'm like, bro, you don't know anything about what I've tried to do with my platform. And it's not like it's like bragging rights or anything like that. I don't care about that. I don't care about the spotlight around it. Yeah, it's cool that people are like, hey, like news articles written about it. That's great. Like people should. It's for awareness.
It's awareness.
That's the whole point, is to make people aware.
The point.
If those places never say a thing about me, that's fine. I don't care. I just want people to know that there's people out there that need help, and I consider myself super lucky, which is why I even try and donate like hundreds of thousands of my own money. Like it's whatever for me, because I've found success in a way that I never thought possible. My family's good, man. Like I'm set. We're fine. So I might as well do something with the crazy amount of success and give it to people who can change the world. St. Jude literally changes the world. People don't realize the impact that they have, that all the research that they do at the hospital is shared globally for absolutely free. Doesn't cost anybody a dime. They they have raised the survival rate of the top forms of childhood cancer by a substantial amount. And so St. Jude, in my eyes, is like, if I want to impact the world, if I want to take the platform that people have given me and really do something that's going to affect the entire planet in a positive way,
Yeah.
might as well help somebody, right?
Yeah. And it's funny, it's the people who say those things like why don't you help X, Y, or Z, right? Whatever it is. If you weren't doing what you're doing, it wouldn't be as forefront of their mind that another cause that they care about needs help. So then cool. I hope that I'm spurring you into taking action to help the things that you care about. And the more people that are spurred into action beyond the money, that's the most valuable thing that can happen. And I think content creators all over the place are following your lead in this and finding things that they care about a lot. And it's very current for me as well, because we have, as baseball players in not only Minnesota, but in the world, we have a certain platform too, and I've been thinking about how much more I need to do. So you doing all this has lit that fire even brighter under me. So that's the value I get mostly from it, is we could all do more. You could always do more to help the people around you, and the world needs. You can never, the world needs more of this pod. There's never too much help.
I appreciate that. It's important to know too, like there should be no expectation of anybody to do anything. Like if it's outside of somebody's comfort zone, they just don't want to do it, whatever it is, that's fine. Like nobody needs to pressure other content creators to do anything. But if somebody does end up doing a stream or donating money or whatever, you better believe you should be there supporting them and not saying you should do more or anything like that. Because I do see that sometimes where people like Tyler, Tyler and Jess donate a lot of money behind the scenes and don't say a thing, and nobody knows about it. And they think that, and the public, sometimes I've seen people that are like, why don't you do this? And I'm like, y'all don't have to put that pressure on people like that. He didn't have to do anything publicly. He didn't have to.
Yeah. They're minority. It is what it is. It is the nature of the beast.
People are doing with their money, not live.
Just don't. Yeah, don't assume you know. Yeah. Anyway, it's phenomenal. Proud, man. Proud to call you friend, brother.
Appreciate that.
Well, that just makes me want to do another campaign. That sounds freaking awesome.
Yeah. There's going to be opportunities.
I'll see you at GCX coming up in a couple months, bud. Wink.
GCX. That's Guardian Con. You said that was Guardian Con?
No.
Gaming Community Expo now. Cool. But yeah, it's the final, hopefully, rebrand to GCX. And the convention is phenomenal too. That comes with GCX. It's a good opportunity to meet all these people. We do stuff in person, and if you thought the roast of Tim the Tan Man was good, and I don't know if you guys liked it or not, smile. But we've done multiple at previous GCXs. The event. We roasted Goth last year. They did an award show, and it gave me a lot of opportunities to go in on people. It's a lot of fun. And let me just say this: I'm 3 out of 3 undefeated. So
okay. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna at some point. We warmed up now. I'm fine now. I'll be fine too. Speaking of laughs,
sorry.
That's okay.
Yes.
I'm excited for this part.
So this is one of my favorite parts. This is a special edition because this
is Paul's animal sounds, baby.
Oh my.
Yeah. We got a little special Valentine's Day version of this one.
Bad.
It sounds so good. Yeah, it does. All right, Dr. Lupo. I'm going to play a series of sounds, mating calls for you.
Okay.
You're going to tell me which one you think it is.
Okay.
Trevor can participate as well if he wants, but baby, it's about to get spicy in this room. All right.
I'm ready.
I'm
scared and ready.
It's all right. Just lean back into it. All right. Our first animal mating call.
That's got to be like a boar or a pig.
All right.
I think he's got a multiple choice. What do
Oh,
we
he
got?
does?
You
Okay.
have multiple choice every time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Option A, African warthog. Option B, a hippo, baby. Option C, a cuddly little koala. Option D, a seal.
I feel like I have to go with A because it just sounds very, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be that because that just seems too easy. I'm going to go with A, final answer.
All right, it's going with A. Trevor, what are you going with?
Koala.
All right. Dr.Lupo.
Come on.
Trevor.
No, that's a koala?
That's
That
a
is
koala.
horny koala, baby.
Can you play that one more time for me?
koala.
I sure can. Get it, koala.
Terrifying.
Koalas are actually nightmare animals, by the way.
Yeah.
They're constantly high on eucalyptus, and they all
chlamydia.
have chlamydia. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
awful.
they're raging
one.
all the time. Yep.
What
So
if,
there you go.
what if you met one on like the west side of Australia? Would you think that one would have chlamydia too?
Probably. It sounds like a backfiring Honda Civic.
Oh damn.
All right.
Oh, that's good to know. All right, moving on to the next sound. Here we go.
So romantic.
I'd like to point out this is pre-cordial. This is not during.
Okay.
It's very important.
Okay.
Precoital.
Go on.
All right, so our options are A, penguin, B, bonobo, the love makers of the woods, C, walrus, or D, a slippery sea otter.
Man. They're all oh man. I'm gonna go with D, sea otter.
I'm with him with Sea Otter.
All right, you guys both going slippery sea otter? All right. You are both. Oh, baby.
What is it?
That's a penguin.
That's a penguin?
That's a penguin
Dude,
getting after
what?
that. He's calling for those cheeks. I like how he ramps up. Wait for it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Sounds like a donkey.
It does sound like a donkey towards the end there.
That's called a rival right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
you just need to. Yeah.
What? We all came to the conclusion it was a penguin. What? Okay, I don't understand. What you guys all right. Number 4. Did you get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Your options are A, a cat, B, a pygmy, C, a little chihuahua, or D, a lemur, like Zaboomafoo.
I like how you had to put that little icing on the cake right there. It's just connected back to the childhood. I'm gonna go with D. That is a lemur.
I think it was a pygmy.
All right, we got 2 different answers. Trevor!
Dang it.
Get out of
Dr.
the way.
Lupo.
Hit me with it.
That is correct. Nicely
You know
done.
they make
I know my
sound.
lemurs, Trevor. Come on, dude. Get on my level.
That is the boomafoo out there calling for them cheeks.
I was picturing a meerkat. I don't know why. Continue.
That's not a thing. We don't have any meerkats on here. All right, number 5. Wait, number 5? Wait, I don't know. I ran.
We're number 4 now.
one.
We're number
It's
4?
all good.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Sorry, I just got so into it. Number 4.
Oh my.
you get that? Did you get that?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah, that was.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, your options are A, elk, B, hyena, C, a horse, or D, an antelope, baby.
Ooh. Those are all like different variations of each other.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Those
go
are
with
really
A.
close.
I'm gonna go with A, elk.
Yeah, it's gonna go with A.
I'm with a horse.
Okay, yeah, a hyena's definitely in that same group. Very good. Listen to all
Good
the
point.
options. They're all in the same family. All right, give me your answers one more time. I totally forgot from Trevor's stupid statement. What was it?
I chose A, elk.
I chose A.
I said a horse.
Trevor said a horse. All right. Trevor?
Yeah, I'm the horse.
But Dr. Lupo. Dang it, you got it right. He
Luke
gets it.
wins.
Back to back, baby.
Boom! Because
So-
he's out there in Nebraska. He hears them all the time.
Trevor,
Yeah.
there's one thing I know. It's animal love making sounds.
Yeah,
right? Come on.
obviously. I got my doctorate in animal love making sounds.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we got that one. All right, now let me
We got 5.
Back to number voice for this because I want to be sure I got this right. Gogxlar's not labeled. Probably should have labeled these. Probably should have done that.
Probably should have. Yeah, no, it's
All
good.
right. This is
Whatever,
either
dude,
going
our
to be
games
the
never
next,
go. Right, so it's fun.
It's either going to be the next sound or something completely unrelated.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
Oh, that was definitely the sound, baby.
Sounds like a backed up drain. All right, go on.
All right. A literal boat.
You went with A, dude.
Go on.
B, a camel. C, a black rhino. Or D, a sea lion. That was me growling. I don't know what sea lions do.
Can you play the sound one more time for me?
Of course I can.
That's a boat. Hey,
That's a boat, dude.
that's a boat. It's a boat mating season. I know that. That's absolutely, or a backed up toilet. One of the two. A boat. Final answer.
That's a boat. Looking for another boat. Now, what, Trevor, what was yours?
A boat, dude. It's a boat.
You guys are both on boat?
Yeah.
All right. You are both. Oh, baby. I had to
That's
throw-
absolutely a boat. What is
That
it?
is a camel, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a camel. That's the sound a camel makes. When it's ready to get it on.
This is a camel underwater?
This is a boat that's made out of camels.
Oh, my
It's
God.
a camel boat.
That's got to be a boat. I refuse to believe
literal
that's a camel.
boat.
That is absolutely a boat.
That is absolutely
That was awesome.
Dude, that was a good one. That was a
was a
good
good
Valentine's Day. We did a good job.
Yeah, it's all
I
about
like that.
love.
I like that segment.
Tomorrow, don't forget to get chocolates.
Get chocolates for your lady.
All right. All right. Good job, Paul.
Thank you.
Just keep stepping up every week, man.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
my thing. I do games apparently.
You're doing good. You didn't give it away. That was great.
No, that was quality.
Mhm. All right. So going into our final segment of the podcast, as we have a very long podcast, evidently.
Maguire.
Our format just makes them very, very long. Tobey Maguire.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
We like to give a shout out to some of our favorite streamers / content creators. It can be on anything. It can be on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And we like to kind of shout out who we've been watching lately. And I will go first. My person is someone that is a friend of mine. I always have been a longtime sub. I pop into their stream all the time, lurk quite a bit, and they don't even know that. But it is, and I'm sure, and I know you guys know him as well. Lassis, Lassiz,
Lassis, man.
was big Overwatch guy, plays a lot of variety, has a very luscious career in playing video games. A lot of people don't know this, an ex Smite pro.
Really?
Was in the World Championships. I think the like finals way back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where he started. A lot of people don't know that. But Last is a really good friend of mine. He's a really funny guy, super gracious, super nice guy, and he's insanely good at every game he plays, which is I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand those people. But it is LASSIZ on Twitch. He streams every single day. I believe his stream starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. So if you're looking for someone who's good at pretty much MOBAs and first person shooters and freaking RPGs and everything, he plays literally every game there is. And he's an awesome guy. So I'd highly recommend him for some great content.
Oh, that's cool. Very good. Love Lasses. My content creator is by no means a small boy, but ironically enough, it's funny because like I feel like my content creator I don't like necessarily intentionally watch, but it just kind of I'm realizing I've watched a lot of that person this week or something like that.
Yeah.
But I've actually watched a lot of Jordan Fisher's TikTok videos, which I know is a really random thing. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's a freebie though, because Jordan is the most talented person on the planet.
He is.
We've gone all over the spectrum. We've small.
No, I'm not
streamer,
saying your
big,
choice is unfair. I'm saying his life is unfair.
and his life is stupid. Yeah.
And he's
His
Jordan
existence-
Fisher, the TikToker too. That's what we're talking about specifically, which is his smallest thing. So
true.
there we go.
True. So technically, he's a small guy.
There we go.
Yeah, I've been loving his TikToks. Are hilarious. I don't know how he thinks of half that stuff. It's incredible. Also
Just
seeing
whatever
him.
comes to mind.
Yeah.
It's like, let's try this. Worked. Perfect.
It worked. Oh, look at that. Worked.
That was wildly successful, as I expected.
Imagine having an idea and it just working every time.
Every single time.
It's true,
sometimes I've said before, super successful people, you see their success publicly, but you don't ever see the countless failures, right? Like people try things a billion times. Jordan doesn't have failures. That's the thing. He is a government experiment sent here to make us all feel bad about ourselves. He's a perfect biologically created human being, is the culmination of almost every single continent in terms of genealogy. He is, you look at Jordan Fisher, that's what all of mankind will look like by the year 3000.
God, we could only be so lucky.
They took DNA tests from the most attractive person on every single continent, put them together.
And that's Jordan Fisher.
You ever go to his Wikipedia page? He's literally from everywhere.
Yeah, he actually is. It's really wild.
I'm afraid now. I'm afraid to do it.
It's a lot.
But at the same time, I want to because we love Jordan Fisher and he's an amazing person.
Yeah, hashtag we love Jordan Fisher. Smile.
Hashtag we
love Jordan so much. And I will just say, I feel like I need to say because I've been noticing it. It's really funny to see him though without facial hair for this long. It's been a little weird. He looks like he's 12. That's it though. He's still adorable and dashingly handsome.
But like with no facial hair, you see his jaw structure and it's perfection. So you're like, but like look at you.
But look at you though.
He might be in his 80s and we have no idea.
Yeah, exactly. We'll never know. There's no way to know.
So anyway, that's my pick. Jordan Fisher. I've been watching a lot of his TikToks. So I've been realizing it. So yeah.
Check him out, Jordan Fisher. It's just
am
Jordan
I allowed
Fisher
to put one in there too?
Oh, absolutely. That's what we want.
So the previous counterpart to my duo in casting. So people know that for Fortnite, Courage and I did a lot of stuff together. But before that, Jack did a lot of Call of Duty stuff, and he had a guy that I don't know if how many people know about him. His name's Maven.
It's Maven. It was Maven.
Yeah,
Maven might possibly be one of the funniest people, and his dog is a riot. If you do not follow Maven on Twitter or watch him on, he's on twitch.tv/Maven. The dude's hilarious. Listen, not everybody can be Shroud of video games. All right, some people have to be the opposite of Shroud, and they make it look very elegant, like Maven does. So he's not. But you don't watch him for skill. All right, you watch him for the hilarious BS that guy can get away with, and the stuff that he plays a lot of COD. Obviously because he casts all the time, but man, he cracks me up literally every time. He's live right now. Not that we, if you want to go say, hey, go for it, but like check the dude out, because on top of his commentating skill in Call of Duty, he legitimately is hilarious. Super
really funny dude. Yeah, that video of his dog climbing on his back. I was in tears. I wanted his dog and he was like, get off of me. He was
afraid, just like climbing right on top. It's just like, what are you doing? Hey, Dad, what are you doing?
Dude,
love
this
that
is
dog.
wild. I know Maven. I've known Maven because I've been in the COD since that was the first game I really started streaming seriously. I have not come back to watch what he's been up to in a while.
He was doing Minecraft when Courage was doing it.
Yep.
Like big into it. They were doing it together. It was hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
He's a big reason it was so funny. He just makes jokes wherever he goes.
And yells constantly if he needs to. It's just
You need
loud, appropriately loud in a funny way.
Yeah, and he's bald and with a beard. Like that too, that floats people's boats. I know that.
Yeah.
We know one of those,
Not sure who.
Awesome. Yeah, Maven's a great pick. I'm actually, now I can't do it later. Dang it. Whatever. There's plenty of content creators.
It's fine.
Well, that concludes our pod. But before we go, Loop, what's next with the channel? Do you got any events coming up? Any merch dropping? Anything you can talk about? Anything that doesn't have to be like brand new here, but anything you want people to know about?
So we announced the Gillette thing today. We did an ad stream for it, which was super cool. I'm super excited to be working with them. We have another one just around the corner with another company that I've been working with since literally when I built my first PC. We worked with them. That is right around the corner. That's going to be super exciting. I'm really, really jacked for that. But I mean, anytime we're doing anything big like that, just my Twitter, Instagram is always the place to take a look. And yeah, it's just, I'm just trying to do everything we can to keep new stuff coming up. A lot of Tarkov still, obviously. I'm excited for new releases. Cyberpunk right around the corner before we know it. Hopefully it doesn't get delayed again. Like, give me that, please. Smile. And that's from the same company. That's from CD Projekt Red, who made The Witcher. And Project A is right around the corner too.
Project
Riot, listen.
Ooh.
Riot, listen to me very carefully. You can nail this. I believe in you.
You can do it.
Imagine Overwatch and CS:GO put together.
Yeah.
That's
Ryan.
Yeah.
Whatever you channel into your freaking cinematics, just channel that into a game. Thank you.
Give it to me, please.
Inject it into my veins.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
Another game for Shroud to be amazing at. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Good point. I'm Paul. You know I'm the best, right? I'm very humble. Okay?
Moving on to our next segment. Very humble.
Paul, you saw my tweet. I'm the best Fortnite player in the world, no exceptions, as well as the best Destiny content creator.
No exceptions.
No exceptions. I make sure to type no exceptions so people know I'm very serious.
Yeah. While simultaneously being the second most attractive person on Twitch, of course, second to that of Jordan Fisher. So
true. And I'm very humble. Smile.
Also humble. And you are DrLupo on every social media, correct?
Yep, everywhere. And hopefully TikTok soon. Smile.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Before we go, we're going to give a huge shout out to our review of the week from Carl 1994 ! Question mark.
Ooh.
They said, since the last episode came out last Thursday, I've listened to almost every episode of the show, and I love the progression and production and just the more fluid motion of the games and the questions throughout. I love this podcast. Great job, guys. Wow, that's 3 greats. Thank you so much. Dude. Thank you so much, Carl. That's really nice of you.
When's the last time you got a 3 great review from a Carl? Never.
Not a single time.
Anyone
That's the
listening.
first one.
Never. We've gotten it. How many times have you gotten it?
Exactly.
Never. Stay humble.
Exactly.
Humble.
Also can make the show if you leave a great rating yourself. So don't forget to do that wherever you are listening. Comment on the YouTube, whatever. You might make the show. This is the May Contain Action podcast. You can listen on all major carriers of podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, or watch the VOD on YouTube. That is ActionJaxon on YouTube. 5-star ratings are always appreciated. We do appreciate it. I already said appreciate. Also, go follow the @MayContainPod on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I am Trevor May on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Trevor May Baseball is my second YouTube channel, just in case you're into that. Trev May 65 on Instagram. And I got new merch out too, so do that. Go, get that stuff.
Yes, please.
Paul. Dude, Carl's so disappointed. Carl's like, great progression, just amazing. Just getting through everything so smoothly.
Yeah, and then I just fall apart, dude. I do it every time. Every episode, I'm like, hey, great. Someone compliments me. 1 minute later, I crumble like a cookie.
That's all right, dude. My name is Paul, aka ActionJaxon. You can find me at ActionJaxon BTW on Twitter and Instagram. ActionJaxon BTW on TikTok as well, because I have 2 of those, and that's a thing, even though Dr. Lupo is very sad about it. Also, you can watch the VOD as well as other fun things on my YouTube, youtube.com/ActionJaxon. Thanks so much for listening and watching, guys.
Thanks for listening, guys. That is our show.
Thank you, Dr. Lupo.
Say bye to the people.
Do I not get to do my sign off too?
Oh,
do your sign off. Yeah.
First one, do it. You said you wanted clean. Carl, this is for you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. Lupo. Thank you very much for watching and listening today. And if you need to find me out there on the internet, go to Google and type in my name. Thanks.
Boom! We out!
Easy.
Cool. I was all worried about losing my job, and now it's gone. So.